will turn without a blinker.
I love Willet.
Well, here we are. Another Friday night recording for a Monday posting. Out here giving double thumbs up because I said give me a thumbs up when you're ready to start recording. So then you decided to go double thumbs up.
Nobody gives thumbs up ever anymore. When's the last time just gave somebody a thumbs up?
Phil
Like, good job.
Robertson did it all the time.
He's dead.
That's actually where I want to start at this podcast, anyways. Talk about old Papa Phil.
What a sad way to begin, huh?
It is a very sad way to begin, but that man touched a lot of hearts. Uh, very faithful man, very good man. Duck calls and such. Created one of the number one shows in American history.
He backed up Terry Bradshaw
He did
in
no,
college.
no. He was the first string. Terry Bradshaw was the second string.
Either way, he played with Terry Bradshaw. Okay.
And then he looked at Terry Bradshaw one day and said, "No, I'm gonna go chase ducks." And that's what he done did. He chased ducks. But I want to throw a Phil Robertson quote out there today.
Mr. Phil.
And then take a little moment of silence for him. You know, he's a very faithful man to take a lot of lessons from. He didn't do everything right, but did a lot right. One thing he said is when we put God first, everything else falls into place. That's a very powerful quote, I believe. Something that kind of try to live by in life, trying to put God. And this isn't a faithful podcast, but this is something that I truly believe in. Core beliefs and such. I'm not a Sunday every morning kind of guy, or Sunday every going to church every Sunday morning. God, can't spit that one out. I'm more of a
That was
film.
tough.
We're Mickelson, we're on the golf course on Sunday morning, but that's the church that we built.
Hmm.
I feel like you're with God in your own ways and your own times and such like that. I feel like Phil felt like that a lot too. I know he was an avid churchgoer, but
He followed the
good man,
scripture,
good man.
as they say. He followed the scripture. He was a good man. Produced a great show, great family. Um, he's got his sons and his grandchildren, a lot of grandchildren who are all like our age, to be honest.
Mhm.
I think they're around our age
A
anyways.
lot of them are. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, Willie's got about 15 kids, so
yeah, that was
between the
a good
adoptions
show
and
though.
the
That was back in that was like teenager, right when I was to become a teenager and I really got into that
yeah,
show, I
middle
feel
school.
like. Yep.
Um, yeah, so shout out to the Robertson family. Our hearts are with you. Um, we
How old are you in middle school?
I think you enter sixth grade around 13. No, that's not true.
No, you're way younger. Aren't you like 9? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
No, I really don't know. Well, I remember I
5,
was 14 freshman year, so
6,
let's take it back 3 years. So 11, 12,
7, 8,
13.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, so you're like 11, 12.
Yeah,
I think
11,
when you go
12,
into
13.
sixth. Yeah.
So, um, yeah, take a little moment of silence for them. Break that moment of silence with happy, happy, happy. Love that
Happy,
quote. I don't
happy,
know.
happy. Happy,
He's got a
happy,
good brother
happy.
too. Drinks tea.
Mr. Sai.
Yeah. Yeah. No, world went quiet that day, for sure. Learning that definitely touched my heart. Well, let's get into some more positive news of the week. Um, I don't have a riding lawnmower, and I really want to discuss this. Um, so the other day I saw Pat. Uh, he is a local business owner. I worked for him for many years. He's got his own little podcast now. It says, "Can we talk without yelling?" And he brings up this story about ghosting. Now this new era of everybody just ghost everybody for everything. And he's specifically talking about unemployment. We've never seen so many employees just like walk off the job, never be heard from again, not showing up for their shift. Like this era of ghosting has just gotten kind of nuts. And I'm noticing it is literally stretching everywhere across the face of the earth. Dating, anything. Facebook Marketplace. I'm talking to a guy about a lawnmower. I give him an offer. I tell him I've got cash in hand.
I
He's
was
talking to me,
confused.
talking to me, talking to me. Then I'm like, all right, I can be there in about 20 minutes. Just give me the address. Doesn't respond.
Scam?
Hour goes by. No, just an old guy. Literally lives two streets over. I just don't know the address. Can't just go start knocking on doors. Like,
Okay.
hey, I'm still sitting at the house. Like I've got the cash. Like I can be there in a little bit. Doesn't respond to me. Doesn't respond to me. And then, um, so I messaged him again in the next morning. Hey, the lawnmower's still around. I can be there today. Still got cash in hand. No response. No response. All right. Well, I held off on my yard with the thought that I was going to get your riding lawnmower. And whatever. And then I get the notification, sold. Why did he ghost me? Like, what was the confrontation there? Like, what was he insecure about? I just don't
Maybe he was
understand
just
this.
talking to two people or more people about it,
Mhm.
and he just replied to the first person. Maybe the other person responded before you as he was talking to you, and he went back to him and said,
Yeah,
"Bing,
but
bing, boom."
well, why can't you just give me a simple text like, "Hey, I got three people interested. You're third in line right now." You know, I don't understand it anymore. I just don't understand this world of ghosting. I mean, it happens with everything now, whether it's employment,
I can't.
employers, and employees. Just the ghosting culture is just getting it's almost worse than the tipping culture.
I cannot stand Facebook Marketplace. It's up
Yeah,
there
neither
in
can
some
I.
of my most hated things to do. Not
Neither
buying
can
or
I.
selling on Facebook Marketplace is the most annoying process in the entire world. I hate it.
Yeah,
It and fear. It fills me with rage.
yeah,
Makes it hard to breathe. To be
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah. I mean, Facebook Marketplace is just a jungle. Either either you post something and you're just going to get the craziest offers. Like, yeah, I know you have this poster for 10 grand, but would you take 700? You know, oh, hey, do you want to trade your 2025 GMC Denali for my 2002 Focus and $1,000 cash?
The
Like, I
trades
mean,
are the worst. The trades are the absolute
it's
worst.
just people are nuts on that thing, or they just don't like. And then on the opposite side, you got the sellers, these people who are selling something and they just don't want to respond, which I know you're pretty bad about, but that's just because you're lazy.
Yeah, I'm not a good responder in general, whether it's a text message or phone call.
Mhm.
I'm just not good at responding to people. And
Yeah.
truthfully, I mean, to my core, I don't purposefully like read something and then like don't respond to it. A lot
Mhm.
of the time, I'll be doing something in that moment, whether it's work, whether it's kids, whether it's taking a shit. I'm doing something in that moment. And like I might see it on my watch or see it on my phone, but I'm in the process of doing something. So I'm like, I'll get back to it. But by the time I get back to it, I've done 20 other things by then, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me to keep up. If I'm doing nothing, you'll
Hmm.
get a response or you'll get a phone call. But if I'm doing anything at all, it's just don't. Yeah, I don't know. Calling me is always better than texting, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like if you need to
truthfully,
get a hold of me right away,
truthfully,
because I'm
I
not
mean,
going to
that's kind of
respond to a
how
text.
this whole podcast was born because we literally FaceTime each other about 9 to 10 times a week. We're like,
Yeah,
why don't we just start recording these craziest conversations?
I can
I
do a
mean,
lot of FaceTime.
I mean,
Probably more
honestly, I
FaceTime than
probably would
calling.
have been a little less politically correct in what I would have said about the guy in the lawnmower. I probably would have called him like a crotchety old fuck, doesn't know what he's doing. I would have called him
Sure, sure,
a lot of
sure. It
little
sounds like
burp
you're
there.
just a little personally hurt at the fact that you didn't get it and then you had to push mow your yard.
I
That's
mean,
what it
I
seems like
am.
to
I
me.
mean, but also like, once he's like, yeah, come look at it. And I'm like, okay, like I go get the cash. I'm like, I stopped I stopped looking. I give up on that. And some people are like, well, why don't you just go to Home Depot and buy a brand new? It's like I could do that, but at the same time, it's like, I'm looking for a deal. I'm a deal hunter. I know who I am. I'm bad about that, but I'm a little personally attacked, yeah. But
I'm sitting here
whatever.
looking right now, Mr. Willett, and I just wanted you to be aware that as of 35 seconds ago, we have officially hit 50 subscribers.
Who's our 50th subscriber, does it say?
I don't think it does. I don't know for sure,
Oh,
but
let me take a slight gander at that.
what
Uh,
that tells me is that we are exactly now within one
halfway.
week, halfway.
Halfway. So hey, all of you 50 people, all you have to do is get one of your friends, one more person, subscribe, and then I eat the chip of death. I mean, like,
Yes,
you
yes.
guys understand that?
We want to see the one chip challenge. We want to see him do it. We want to
We,
see the pain, the agony. We want to see all of it. We're going to have him talk through his TB3 while he's on it. It's going to be horrible. And there's literally nothing in the entire world that excites me more for that. And we're
all right.
so fucking close.
So I'm looking right now. I'm looking at our subscribers list,
Okay.
and it looks like our latest one was Alex Zikafus, who I know personally well. Very, very nice man.
That's a hell of
Uh,
a name.
serves in the United States Army, and he asked us a very simple question on our last podcast. He commented down below, like we asked
Okay.
him to. Obviously, he's a good Samaritan, so we're gonna go at his question. He goes, "Hey, why don't we talk about creamy peanut butter versus crunchy peanut butter, Mr.
Easy,
Austin? I'll let you roll off of it."
easy, easy. First of all, let's just make something very, very clear.
Hmm.
Few people, and I'll put it up there, and I'll be honest, not cocky, not arrogant, just the pure truth. There's almost, I don't know if there's anybody on this earth that enjoys peanut butter more than me. And I'll put that up there with anybody. I was the kid who,
Hmm.
during Easter with all of my family, they'd get Easter baskets with candy and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I was the person, and I know I'm fat, so it's hard to understand, but I asked my parents for a giant thing of peanut butter, almost as a joke, but I honestly meant it.
Hmm.
So what does my dad do? Everyone else has got an Easter basket. They got their candy and the whatever bullshit. He gets me one of those giant, like metal tin things of fucking peanut butter. Okay. And then he hands me a spoon and he said, "Here you go." So, just long story short, I know my way around a fucking peanut that is butter. Okay. My whole life,
Some people would
I
call it a
was
buttered nut.
sure, sure. I mean, I don't give
It
a
is,
fuck what you call it. You know what I mean? Slap it, eat it, spread it. I put that shit on everything. I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Um,
that should be Jiffy's instead of Frank's Red Hots. Put that shit on
well,
everything.
I was a creamy guy for my whole life. I only
Hmm.
like creamy peanut butter. I didn't want
Hmm.
the crunchy. I like creamy. Then your taste buds mature. But I think that's part of growing up. That's
Hmm.
part of becoming a
Hmm.
boy into a man is transition from creamy to crunchy. Now, and I've taught my son this the exact same way. We're a crunchy family. Okay. This is a crunchy household. You come into my
Hmm.
house, there's gonna be crunchy peanut butter in my fucking cupboard. Do
Okay.
we have creamy? Of course. I'm not a
Uh-huh.
I'm not a snob. If I don't
Hmm.
have any, I'll put it on. If somebody else wants it, cool. But I'm definitely crunchy, more crunchy than I am creamy.
Hmm.
A good secondary conversation off of that would be a brand-based conversation
Yeah, we
because
could definitely go brands there.
there are a few things they separate a lot in the
Hmm.
brands. I'd
I
like to
will
hear your
say
crunchy peanut butter though.
I'm a crunchy guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I do enjoy the crunchy. I think I enjoy it
Yes.
more, honestly. I really
Yes.
do. Like,
Especially on a sandwich.
yeah, it adds a little texture to it. And
Yes.
I could
Yep.
be a monster for saying that in the eyes of Alexander Zicterfus, but
Um,
I don't know
nope. I
because
think you're right on the money.
I mean I love a good crunchy peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, creamy does have its aspects. Like when
Yep.
I bite into a
Yep.
Reese's peanut butter cup, I don't really
Yep.
want the crunch in there.
I'm right
Like, I
there.
mean, obviously that's a little
Yep.
bit different of a peanut butter, that's,
Yep. No, but I agree.
whipped with a little sugar and stuff, but
Spread it on my bagel. I'm gonna do creamy
mhm.
on a bagel. But if I'm making a PB&J,
I don't
crunchy.
know. I don't know if I've ever gone peanut butter on a bagel.
Like a plain bagel with a little butter, a little peanut butter.
That's a lie. I actually used to do a cinnamon raisin
I
bagel
was
with
about to
peanut butter
say
on them.
cinnamon raisin.
Yeah,
Yep.
I used to do that quite
Yep.
often actually. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't discriminate when it comes to peanut butter, but I would say I probably lean more towards the crunchy.
Yeah.
Now, what I do really like the crunchy aspect for is that you take a little banana, you slice it up
Yes.
nice and thin, you
Yes.
put it on a piece of
Yes.
bread,
Yes.
you
Yes,
put a
Mr.
little
Willett.
crunchy peanut butter, a little honey.
Yes.
Oh
Hmm.
man, I grew up poor. That's the kind of shit that I ate.
Yeah. Now, brands matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
They matter. I'm all about saving money. I'm all about this, that, the other. They
Hmm.
matter. And I mean it when I say this right now. So, you can not like me. You can like me. Unsubscribe for all I give a fuck. If I walk into your house,
Don't
um,
unsubscribe if you want to see me eat the chip.
if I walk into your house and I see Peter Pan,
Oh my God. Thank God you said it.
there's going to be
Horrible.
a physical
Horrible.
altercation.
Why?
There's going to be
Where
a physical
how is this
altercation.
brand still in
It's
in business?
horrible.
Why does it taste
It's
like it tastes
horrible.
horrible?
It
Peter
tastes like
Pan peanut butter is horrible.
it tastes like peanut butter flavored peanut butter, if that makes sense. It's like an
Yeah.
imitation peanut butter.
Yeah.
It tastes so fake and dog shit. You give me Jif, number one. We can all just agree on that.
Hmm.
Jif is one.
Yeah.
Um,
It's classic.
you
It's good. I
yeah,
mean, I
I
go
got nothing
store
against
brand. I
Jif.
will go the
Yes,
worst store brand.
yes,
I mean, you
yes,
could take me to like I can't even think of a horrible store. You could take me to Save-A-Lot and give me the Save-A-Lot
yeah,
peanut butter over the
yeah.
canned peanut butter.
I do Kroger brand peanut
Yeah,
butter all the
Kroger
time,
brand
and
is
it's
good.
not bad.
Kroger brand is
Yeah,
good. I
Walmart,
mean,
what's their great value?
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll
it's
do all
just
that.
it's insane. Now, I will say, my wife introduced me to Whole Foods after we met, and one time we went in there and they have a peanut butter machine in there where they make the peanut butter right
Mm-hmm.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Austin,
Yeah,
let me tell you
yeah,
something about a little peanut butter.
yeah.
Because you can go crunchy, you can go smooth. You make your decisions in there. Now, is it expensive? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So subscribe so I can afford some more peanut
But
butter.
you can make a little combination in that. Like, am I wrong? Can you not?
Mhm.
Maybe I want a little macadamia nut in there. Add a little bit of hint to something. Can you
I
mix
honestly,
that or no? Is it
I
just
honestly don't remember
peanuts?
because the thing I saw, like the peanuts themselves just fell into the machine. Like we didn't like go to a thing. But I have seen what I think you're talking about, where Or it's just like a nut grinder basically, and
But
it just
you
grinds them.
determine like the thickness.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Remember
It's
back
important.
when we were kids, you used to be able to go into grocery stores and you could grind your own coffee beans, like you could
Yeah,
scoop
yeah,
them and put them. I
yeah.
remember that too. I feel like there was a lot more self-serve options when we were children.
Well, the world's shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's the reality. People
I guess
suck.
some candy stores still have the self-serve option, but I remember like going into a candy store and like my mom would give me $5 and she's like, take
Yeah.
out $5 worth of candy. You do a little scoop in that bag, you do a little scoop in that bag. You go up
Hmm.
there and they're like 6.50 and you're like, I only got five, and then they're like, all right,
I remember that.
get
I
rid of
remember
one of
that
these.
very, very well. What a great question to ask though. The
Yeah,
peanut butter, the
yeah, yeah.
crunchy, creamy.
Really
Ask
divide
them.
the people.
Ask all the questions you want. That's the type
Hmm.
of shit that we love. Because
Yeah,
I, I want a spoon of peanut butter right now. If we're gonna
yeah,
be
I
honest with
kind of
each
do
other,
too.
if I could,
Now, do you drink a glass of milk ever?
yes,
I drink
all of the
I drink
time,
a glass of white milk all the time. My wife, I did it tonight, and she goes, "Who just drinks a glass of white milk?" I do it all the
men.
time. Something, yeah, exactly. In the 50s, men drank milk. Okay.
Yeah,
In the 60s, men drank milk. That's when men were men. We didn't have
I
none of
agree.
these little lactose baby back bitches.
Hmm.
All right.
Now I'm fairly particular about my percentages of the milk though. That
Yeah.
I get into some arguments because we have some close friends who are big on the whole milk. I
I
can't
can
do the whole
I
milk.
can take it, I can leave it, I can,
Too
the thing,
thick.
but like whole milk is
Too
also
thick.
like if you go to a farmer's market and you get
Yeah, it's
whole milk,
milk.
it's totally different. I
Yeah.
mean that my problem is once you get too thin with the milk. Like once you get down to like
Yeah,
the
I
half
agree.
percent to 0%,
Yep.
we know Grandma
Yep.
T with the half percent, you're like, I mean, you're
Yeah, it's
just drinking
water.
water that's
Yeah,
flavored
milk
like milk.
flavored
You
water.
might as well just take a little tap water, a little
Yep.
evaporated
Yep.
milk, and
Yep.
mix them together at that point.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just,
2% is my go-to. It's
yeah.
thick enough to where it's like a whole, but it's a little bit lighter. It's
Mm-hmm.
better. It's better for cereal, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think whole milk's a little too thick for the cereal. It's
Yeah.
also I feel like, but if like you're baking,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, I got nothing against a whole milk because I understand its property and why it's
Mm-hmm.
there. But just drinking a glass of whole milk, that sounds horrific to me.
I mean,
Now,
that's what I did tonight, but I mean,
yeah, it's
usually,
tough.
yeah, I just grab a jug, I'm anywhere from 2% to whole, every once in a while, if my stomach's real bad, I will drop down to the 1% if I absolutely have to. Like if I'm having real bad stomach week, no.
It depends on everything you're eating too, right? Like
Yeah,
milk
yeah, it really
goes
does.
with a lot of things, but you can't have like I can't eat like a heavy lasagna and then have a glass of milk at the same time.
Oh,
Like
I
that's
can.
heavy.
See
That's a
that
lot.
that's when I like a
That's a
pasta,
lot.
a
Yeah,
nice like
pasta and milk don't
Italian
mix to
pasta
me.
dish.
Now
That's the best.
sweets, anything sweet, cookies, brownies.
I
I mean
mean, yeah, milk
anything
goes with it
sweet.
too. I honestly,
Oh,
I could drink milk with anything. I like, I've gone into a
most
diner
things, yeah.
and asked them to give me a glass of white milk with like my dinner or something like that, and they've looked at me funny. I'm like, that's why I got strong bones and you don't, Felicia.
Yeah. I would like milk.
Yeah,
Not water with lemon. Milk.
yeah,
Milk.
but then if I say chocolate milk, they don't judge me as much, and it's like just because you flavor the milk, it's not as much of a judgment. No,
Hmm.
I love chocolate. I'm a big I would drink chocolate milk. Chocolate milk would be my number one beverage. If you're like, you can't have another beverage ever again in your life, got to be
Yeah.
one beverage. I'd take chocolate
I
milk.
It would be a tough one, but I bet it would be up there. It's in
Hmm.
my top three. It's in my top three of things that we'd go through chocolate milk. Not nearly as much as I went through as a kid, but we go through a lot in this house. We go through a lot.
I
And
mean,
with milk prices coming down,
we were
it's
going
only
through
going to get more.
gallons of Troop a
Yeah,
day.
we go through at least like 6 to 7 a week. We'd go through
It was pretty rough. Sorry, Justin.
easily. But they were great though. It was so good.
Yeah.
They fell off
Yeah.
the map. They fell off the fucking map.
Trumu?
Trumu has
Yeah, they
turned to
really did.
shit.
They really did. I don't know what
Turned to shit.
new company bought them out or something. It's not as good as it once was.
I was a big Trumer guy for a long time, but yeah, they absolutely went to shit. They
Yeah.
absolutely went to shit.
Yeah. I mean,
All
I
right, you
really
mind if
don't.
I get into something here for a second?
Yeah, why don't you go on a little rampage? Will, it's been ran for a hot second.
So I went to the zoo last weekend with the family. Okay,
The zoo.
nice day. It was pretty fucking hot, to be honest with you. We were there for a little over 4 hours, so it was a good day.
You
Good
wore a
full day at
very
the
big
zoo.
shirt.
It was a great shirt. First of all, it was a
It's just
phenomenal
really
shirt.
big.
It's a great shirt. Well, I'm pretty fat right now, so honestly, it fits me better than it looks. Um, that was the issue of the day. But I wanted something American themed. It had the eagle, it had the flag, had everything. So great shirt. But I'm at the zoo. We're not even into the zoo yet. Let me just start right there. We're not even into the zoo. I'm gonna just back it up, okay? Because
Hmm.
there's two aspects of the story. Okay,
Hmm.
first one is parking. Okay,
Okay.
parking at the zoo. We get there, they just opened not too long ago. The parking garage is already full, so they're pushing everybody over to the big parking lot to the left.
Hmm. We're talking
There
Detroit
is,
Zoo, right?
yes,
It's
yes.
not in
So,
Detroit. It's actually in Royal Oak.
but that zoo, yes.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
the
Okay.
parking lot to the left? It's just a giant parking lot.
I do
Okay.
know. I do know the large
The
parking lot to
first
the
half of it
left.
is pretty much full. The back half is pretty empty. First of all, nobody's good enough to just drive the extra fucking 150 feet and park in a parking spot. People are hopping curbs and like parking in front of fire hydrants, parking over by the wall, parking up
Okay.
over by the crosswalk, not in a fucking parking spot, driving me through a wall because we
Hmm.
have to sit there and wait in line because when the people come over and they're like, hey, dumb fuck, you can't park there. You see two yellow lines in the grass? No, go to the fucking parking. So that
Hmm.
took forever. We go down, we park, whatever, we walk. Obviously, I park close to the exit, so it's a quick
Hmm.
wham bam when I need to leave.
Wham bam.
That's
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
first part. I'm walking up into the zoo, okay, and I see a group of people, blind, blind people with the walkers. You know, they got the walking sticks, okay. Now
Okay.
I'm going to try my best to explain this in a way that's not insensitive to those that are blind, because I'm not blind and I'm not trying to shit on them. I simply pose the question, what the fuck is a blind person doing at a zoo? Why do you go to a zoo? You go to a zoo to look at fucking animals. You can't see. Is this just like I want
Okay.
to be
Well.
included,
Okay. So
and just because I'm blind, I can't go?
this has been like a really, really big subject that I've actually been like the last year and a half I've been thinking about, and like it's came up in other conversations and stuff. What truly is blind? Because legally blind just means that you can't like you have
And
a
I thought
hard
about
time
that.
making things out. Like um, but you still can see shapes. You can still see things. Because like Stevie Wonder is like a big thing. They're like he's obviously not blind. Like he walks up and he takes things from people's hands and he does this
Hmm.
and he does that.
Hmm.
And it's like my whole life I've pictured blind as you see nothing but black.
I
Like
agree with that. And
like.
there is different, like, there's
Mhm,
different
mhm.
levels to the blindness. This specific human being, I'm talking the blackout glasses, literally looking down and just smacking the stick around. Okay.
I mean, maybe
And
they're there for the smells. You ever
now
consider
you want to
that?
go to the zoo to smell things? That's not the area that I would go to for good smells at all.
You think they charge them
Yeah.
full price?
I don't know, man. I'm just sitting there like, I'm thinking, and I talked to Brooke because she's next to me, and I'm like, I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm genuinely curious on what the fuck you're doing here. Like, what do you gain out of that experience? Because and then I passed this person like 4 or 5 times throughout walking through the zoo,
Hmm.
right? And you see them with like the group of people, and they're looking at the polar bear and doing whatever, and then this person just sitting there because I can't fucking see what's going on. Like, I don't know
Do you
what
think
you're doing.
maybe it
That
was a situation like everybody
he was
wanted
just
to go to the zoo and they were like, we can't leave Steve alone?
that's my opinion on what happened.
Or
That's
maybe
my
they're just
opinion.
like, Steve needs to really walk.
That's my maybe he was
I
a
don't know
thin
why I went
guy.
with Steve, probably because I said Stevie Wonder a second ago and I just associated blind,
Whatever,
but
we'll go with Steve, John Doe, whatever.
mhm.
But yeah, made me think of that. And then I'm like, you know, it's probably in the top three places I would least expect to see a blind person. Like number one is the movies.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing going to the movies, but I
Listening.
guess you
I
can
mean,
listen to it.
yeah, you could listen. I
Sure.
mean,
I don't know. It's weird to me. Like you're watching a movie, but you're blind. Then it's the zoo. And then
mhm.
three would be like,
An aquarium.
yeah, I mean, that falls into a zoo category, but sure, an aquarium,
Yeah.
which is
I mean,
even worse because you can't hear anything. So what the fuck are you listening to?
you,
Other people
you just think
talking?
you're drowning the entire time. You're like,
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just weird. It was weird to see that. It was weird for me to see a blind person just confidently walking into the zoo. And I mean, this guy, I'm watching him. He's bing banging off fucking trees and bouncing off the curb and shit like that. And you just watch him like he was blind. Okay, this by just judging off how he was walking, this wasn't like I can see shapes. This motherfucker was blind.
well,
Okay,
he
punch
might
him
be
in the
able to,
face, couldn't
he
see
might
it
not be
coming.
able to see very up close very easy, but he could see like
I don't know.
maybe a bit
Not
of a
good enough.
distance. I've been
Not good
really
enough for
burpy
the zoo.
tonight. I apologize to everybody for the amount of
Yeah.
burps that I've taken.
I've been trying to just, talk through it. That way you can get through your gassy issue that you have going on. See, I took a pre-pod shit, little pre-pod shit, little PPP, pre-pod shit, PPS, I
Mm.
mean. So I feel great right now. But I saw that at the zoo and I literally, I mean, we were walking. I said, Brooke, grab the wagon, push the baby. I gotta type this in my notes because I'm gonna forget about it. I could not fucking believe about. I just couldn't understand what the fuck I was saying. I'm trying not to be rude either,
Hmm.
because I'm like, I want to ask the guy.
Hmm.
I'm a very outspoken dude. I would walk right up
Hmm.
to him and be like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Hmm.
What do you expect to experience at the zoo?
Hmm.
What if an animal gets
I mean,
out of the cage?
it's a good conversation.
It's
I
a
mean, I wish we would have got
liability.
his number so we could have got him on the pod.
It's a liability, in my opinion. Like, what if a fucking lion gets out of that goddamn zoo, and you got to go run and hide? Whoop, there goes your fucking little walking stick. That's gone. You're dead. You don't know how
I
to get
mean,
anywhere.
it's an advantage to everybody around them, you know.
I mean, you
It's
don't
like
got to be fast. You just got to be faster than the blind
yeah,
guy, I guess, right?
it's in a bear attack, you just got to be faster than somebody. If we're
Jesus.
ever at deer camp, I think you and I are going to survive.
Yeah, I could get it. We were offensive linemen. So we're not very fast, but we're quick.
We're quick,
Got quick
very
feet,
quick, very
quick feet,
quick.
like a hippo. Quick
Yep.
feet, boom, boom, boom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
I
expect
can.
to see us moving fast, but could expect us to
What was
move
it?
slow
What was it that
or
I
move
always
slow,
said that I
move
could
quick.
win in a fight against? What was the animal? It wasn't a gorilla. It
Every
wasn't
animal,
a
you're
bear.
overly confident in everything. You've
The
done a
two
bear,
that
a
I know
tiger,
was, I
you've
don't think a
done
bear, a tiger. I think it was a lion.
you said a kangaroo for a while, and I
Oh,
said
I could fuck a
a
kangaroo.
kangaroo would
I could
fuck
fuck.
you up. Have you ever
I'm.
seen that video where the dog's in the water and the guy
Oh
just
yeah,
walks up and bops the
yeah.
kangaroo? If that kangaroo really wanted to square up with him, he'd have fucked them up.
See, imagine that same exact story, except for now the kangaroo is asleep. Okay, he's sleeping. I was just at the zoo. Okay,
Hmm.
I walked in the little thing where you can
Yeah, but
walk next to the
those are
fucking
small
kangaroos.
kangaroos.
I'll fuck a kangaroo
Those are
up.
small kangaroos. I'm
Give me a
talking
big kangaroo. Give me
full
a kangaroo
growing.
Jack in Australia. Okay,
Yeah, Kangaroo Jack, that's a good film.
great film. Okay, I would fuck that
That thing's gonna
kangaroo up.
bounce back on that little tail and just mollywop your ass.
Yeah, I'm too
You
missed,
got I think you have a better
missed.
chance of surviving a fight with Francis Ngannou.
No, I disagree. I'm telling you, dude. I
Yeah,
have
that's
full confidence in my ability to fuck up a kangaroo. I say bare hands. Like, don't give me any weapons. I'm fucking that kangaroo up. A lion,
mhm.
8-inch knife. I think I could do it. I think I could
Eight
do it.
inch knife.
8-inch knife. Yep.
8 inches is a little hard to maneuver. That's a
I don't
big
need to
knife.
maneuver though. I plan to almost. He's gonna leap, and I'm here with it. I'm right here with it, and then I'm just a one of these right to the fucking jugular. Anyways,
There's a reason I carry a gun. It's because it's the most confident weapon I own,
sure, sure, sure.
and I own a lot of them.
I would like to fight a kangaroo at some point. Is that animal cruelty?
I don't know. I mean, they used to put people in cages with bears.
I don't know if that's animal cruelty or not, but I would do it. Let's just put
I
it
don't
out there.
know.
If it is,
I
fuck
don't
me.
know.
I don't know what to tell you, but
I
I would.
bet you there's somebody out there that'd let you box a kangaroo.
I'd win. I'd win in under 2 minutes. I'm not confident with a lot of things in my life. Okay, I'm really not.
You're not confident
I'm.
with a lot of things in your life. You say everything with you say the issue is you might not be confident with a lot of things, but you're confident in a lot of the dumbest shit in the world.
What's the things that I'm confident in?
Like that little team you're wearing right now.
The
You're
New England
confident.
Patriots.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is their year. Mike Vrabel's gonna save them. Stephon
I have
Diggs,
history.
he's just out there passing plates.
We don't know if there was any drugs in that video.
Oh, we
Okay,
don't know
we
if
don't
there's any
know
drug.
anything.
Cardi B's gonna shoot him in the middle of the night is what's gonna
I
happen.
thought they were together too. I don't follow any of that shit, but I did think that they were dating. He's got
I
these
think they
like
are
three different
dating.
girls calling him daddy or something. He's like, "What's my
I
name?"
think that she was very upset about that. I mean,
I mean,
I
if you're
don't re
dating somebody and he's on a boat with three other women passing out
I
coke,
think
I'd be
she
a
was
little
on the
upset too.
boat too, though.
That could happen as well.
I don't know.
That could happen as well.
You never know with the celebrity relationships.
No, you really don't. You
But I
really
mean,
don't.
if
But
you want me to say something confident, I think the Atlanta Falcons have a better record than the New Patriots this year.
I will put, and I mean this when I say it, I will put anything you want on that.
I don't want to put
Anything you
anything on
want.
it. You get this real obsession
I'll
with
put my
like
life on
betting.
it. What's because people just say things, but like, what's the point of it? Like, what do I gain out of that? I just say
I
you
don't
were
know.
wrong.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? There has to be
I
something.
like
There's got to be stakes.
in How I Met Your Mother how they just do a gentleman's bet to everything, a dollar for everything, and
I
it's
would
like
do a slap bet, and I would do a hard slap bet with that bitch. There's if you could have said like the Lions, Green Bay, you could have went through a lot of routes. You go the Atlanta Falcons with who Michael Penix Jr. as the quarterback. I would take any
he's got
bet you want to
bionic
put on the
knees,
table.
Austin.
Yeah, and a bionic arm and a dog shit offense. I'm not worried about them in the slightest. I'm not worried about them in the slightest. We should do slap bets, though. We should bring that into our little friend group. Little slap bet every once in a while. That'd be fun.
It's basically animal cruelty.
Well, that'd be
Hitting
fun.
stins like hitting a golden retriever. You just feel bad after doing it.
It would be fun. Oh, ducky tie.
I'd like to hit Logan.
I could put him on his ass. Yeah. I hope he's listening to this.
He's probably not. He hates us.
Yeah. But if he does, slap that pussy.
Well, let's get into the next topic of the night. What's it gonna
Go
be?
for it.
What's it gonna be? Well, here's our little moment of silence. I don't really know what to go into next. Sometimes these happen to us.
I got plenty of stuff to talk about.
I mean, I do too. I mean, there's so much on my brain. I just don't know where to go next.
So
And
then
I really want to keep it positive. We've done a lot of negative. I mean, I could talk about negative. I could talk about the people at Costco. I could talk
okay,
about
okay,
the wagon wheel down the street. I could bring
okay.
it right back to the ghosting situation. I could really
Well,
bring
let's
it to
talk about
anything.
some positivity then. Let's talk about some positivity. Pop Tart came out with ice cream sandwiches. They're fucking incredible. I had one yesterday.
I haven't had them yet, but I
I
did
had one at
have.
work. They were in the fridge at work. Freezer. Sorry.
In the fridge, you got a problem.
Yeah, they were in the freezer. They were very smaller though, much smaller than you'd think. You would
They're
think
not
it's
like
like
a
a
full
Pop
Pop
Tart,
Tart.
and a Pop Tart, it's not a full Pop Tart. They're
Who does
much
that
smaller, and they're
now?
thick. They're
But
thick little
who has
fucks.
Pop Tart ice cream right now? Wendy's. They have the little frosty with a Pop Tart in it. That was pretty good. I tried that not
Yes,
too long ago.
yes.
This is
Ice
how
cream's so
fat we
good.
are. We just, oh
Ice
man,
cream is
ice
so
cream
good.
is just like the biggest weakness of the world.
Peanut butter ice cream. There's a
Whoever in,
place over by where Logan lives, and they have a peanut butter no bake blizzard.
yeah, I saw that. Oh, what's that place called? Curly Corner.
Couldn't even tell you. No idea.
Yeah. You know what ice cream's really good though, and I really like it. It's cookies and cream, and here they've got that cookie cream.
Hmm.
That stuff is good. That stuff's
Yeah.
very good. I've been craving that a lot lately. I've almost made the drive up to Lapeer like 4 times. I'll be in Lapeer tomorrow. There's a high chance that I stop and get some.
It's a weird thing to get used to, right? Because it's like 50% ice cream, 50% cookie dough. It's thick. It's not cold, but it is cold.
Hmm.
But there's a lot happening. It's kind of
Yeah.
almost you can't eat a lot of it, you
No,
know?
you
Like you
really
eat
can't.
half of a thing and
It's
you're like,
it's
oof,
it's pretty dense, but it's good. I haven't been there in a hot minute. I'm pretty excited.
I don't I haven't been there in a while.
Um, well, let's talk about the way that rivers flow.
The what?
The way
The
that
who?
rivers flow. I enjoy fishing. I really do. Awesome. I enjoy go out and fish.
What does it have to do with a river? I don't fish, so I don't know what the fuck a river. Does a flow make go left
I
or
don't know.
right? Does that
I've
make a
really been thinking
difference?
about when I was a kid. I used to go out on the river and I'd take a can of corn and a can opener out there, and I just fish trout out of there all day. And I just don't do that kind of stuff. Like when you're a kid, you're
Did you
like
say a can of corn?
can of corn.
Interesting.
I'd get brown trout, brook trout.
Don't you use worms?
Yes, you also use bait bait. So
Okay. I'm
corn works
sorry
really
for
well for the
asking.
trout. I don't know. I've just been thinking about fishing. Fishing was like a very, very big part of my childhood. And the other day, I just really got thinking, and it's like you just don't do the things that you did when you were a child. Like I don't know, like the innocence of like your childhood and like all the good things that you used to do. You just don't do those as an adult. It's like when you're a kid, you tell yourself like, I'm not going to grow up and be that boring adult. I'm not going to do that, and you just do. And it's just like it's just the way of the world. Like
Yeah.
babies growing
Yeah.
up having their own babies, and you just don't do the things that you truly enjoyed.
Naps. I used to hate naps as a kid. Now I love naps.
I mean, I could, I'd do a lot for a nap. Half of, I,
I agree.
if if I could, if you would take the work day and you would cut it in half and you'd give me like an hour and a half break every day
Hmm.
to
Like
take a
preschool.
nap, yeah, yeah. If you literally, if I showed up at work every day at 7 and then at noon go on break, you got until 1:30 to be back. You could take a nap during that time. I'd probably be one of the most productive human beings.
I don't disagree in the slightest, to be honest with you.
But the
I think
problem
that
is,
naps. It's gonna be a quick nap.
yeah, yeah, quick nap. Like a quick little 45 minute, 30 to 45 minute little cat nap. I mean, it's
Yep.
just the most
Yep.
rejuvenating. That's better than a cup of coffee.
Yeah. We watch that. We're big on Survivor. Again, we go through our phases of TV
I hear
shows.
they're
Like we'll
coming out with
watch
an
something
I hear
and
they're
go
coming out with a
back.
new season.
Yeah, they're like season 50 or something now. We're on like 46 or wherever we are. And like we're always watching it and like we go back and forth. Like, you think you could do that challenge? You could do that. And I was like, I can't do shit. Like my back would be
Yeah.
fucked up. I can't do any of that. And then like every episode, all they do is complain about sleeping. Because
Hmm.
like they make every season they make their fucking forts out of
Hmm.
these bamboo logs with like these huge gaps in between. It's extremely uncomfortable. They don't put any leaves or anything in between them. Makes no sense to me how they don't understand how to make a
Hmm.
shelter. And then I'm like, why don't you just sleep on the fucking sand? Like
Yeah.
go sleep on the beach. And then I'm like, I looked at her and I was like, you know who could do this? Will it?
Yeah.
This motherfucking kid could sleep on a rock out there. Like he would.
The
You
United States
sleep
Army will
anywhere
teach you
and
to
everywhere.
sleep anywhere. United
You
States
and
Ar
my you and my son are the only two people I know that can literally sleep through fucking anything. Through anything. I have videos on my phone of you sleeping at
at
Monster
Monster
Jam,
Jam. Yeah.
the
Taking a
loudest
nap.
fucking place
Hey,
in the world.
hey, sometimes, you find a quick 15 minutes to take a snooze. You got to take advantage of that
Yeah,
shit.
I mean,
But yeah, I don't know. Napping is just ugh. The problem is even if they did give us that hour and a half break every day, like just being an adult, you'd be like, well, I got to do something productive. Like today, I got to go to Xfinity. I got to drop off this thing. Tomorrow I got to get a haircut. Like you would just, it just would
Oh,
never be.
it kills productivity. It
Mhm.
kills it. You can't be productive and be taking naps at the same time. You just can't.
No, you really
No,
can't.
no, it's just the way the world works. We didn't ask for it to be like that. We didn't want it to be like that, but it's the way that it is. I can't tell you. I'm sitting here right now and I'm just getting so fired the fuck up. Okay. I'm getting fired up right now, Mr. Willett. Okay.
Fire up
I went
chips.
into today for whatever reason. You just have days where you're not good days with the good
Mm-hmm.
days. And I just felt like today was going to be a good day. Like I'm blaring music on my way to work. I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
fired the fuck up. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to rock and roll. I'm thinking about the fact that, the podcast is rolling right now. I mean, we have
Podcast is
movement. We have
rolling.
movement. You know what I mean? We got the snowball fucking cooking down the goddamn hill right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were at
Usually a snowball
22
cooking isn't
subscribers.
good.
Little 22 is where we're at, which ain't nothing to snub about. And I simply said,
Ain't
hey,
nothing to
listen,
sneeze
guys,
at.
I want to see the big man eat a chip. And they responded heavily. I mean,
Heavily.
heavily. They
28 people
wanted to see
responded.
it. It's not a matter of Austin wants to see
Now
it.
we
It's a
just
matter of
need
the people
50
deserve
people
it.
to convince one
Yeah.
person to do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, we're
I mean,
done. That's
that's it.
a lock. It's
It's a lock.
it's the
I'd like to
largest
see it
lock of
happen
the
by the end
century.
of June.
I'd love to. I'd
I'd
love
like
to.
to see it happen before the end of June.
I might even order the chips just because I'm that confident of it happening and I want them to be here prepared. I don't think it's
Yeah.
something's going to go bad necessarily. I don't think it matters if it does. Um, it's going to be horrible. I feel so bad for you.
I tell you,
I really
a
do.
night that I'll have some milk ready to go is
Oh
that
yeah,
night.
you're going to want milk,
I'll
ice
have,
cream, peanut butter.
yeah,
You're going to want
vanilla
all that
ice
shit.
cream, peanut
Yeah.
butter, water, whatever. I mean,
Oh,
that it's going to be bad.
it's going to be awesome. Very,
It's going
very
to be
excited.
bad.
But it's great to see. It's good to see the growth. It's good to see people loving the pod. And just drowning out noise with
Mm-hmm.
bullshit, with
Mm-hmm.
endless amounts of bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah. You're just listening
People
to
need it.
two fat kids from the Midwest just talk about their lives.
Have you seen recently, and I mean recently as in since you started driving a vehicle, have you at all noticed when you're on the road and you're driving, the
Not that
fact
recent, but I guess it's more recent than
the
other things.
fact that the world doesn't know how to use a fucking roundabout?
Austin,
I'm
don't get
telling
me
you this shit,
started
dude.
on people driving. It's roundabouts, it's
It
blinkers,
drives
it's
me
lanes.
nuts. I'm sitting there. I was late I had a doctor's appointment for my back on Tuesday. Okay.
Mhm.
And I wasn't late, but I wanted to get there. I
Let's
like to
preface
get there
this.
a
This
little
isn't the
early.
world because you go over seas. That's all they
Fair,
use is roundabouts.
fair,
It's
fair,
why in America can we not understand it? Like
fair,
2 days ago, I was in a roundabout, almost got T-boned in it because somebody didn't know that they had to stop because I was in the roundabout. It's like they
fair.
either stop too long, they
Yes.
use it like a four-way, or
Yep.
it's just like
Yep.
go back.
That
Like
was this guy.
yeah, it's
That was
like
the guy that I was
do
behind.
we
I'm
have to
literally,
send people back to driver's training? Like I'm almost down, and like I know it'll inconvenience my life, and I'll bitch
I
about it
agree.
later on in life.
I agree.
But if people have to go back and like certify that they know how to use these things
Yep.
in it like a
I agree.
driver's class, like even if it's like an online thing, like you got to do a
Hmm.
little online drive, and you're like, all
Hmm.
right, now you're at a roundabout. What do?
Yep.
You
Yep.
continue to go, do not continue to go. Like if it just runs you through simulations, and that's how you have to do it every year, you have to take a little 30-minute test. It's like we have to do it. And you know what?
Yeah.
It would what group it would really take out is old people, and
Sure.
it would.
No, but I agree. The roundabout that I'm talking about, the one that's right by the course we're playing tomorrow and
Mhm.
by my doctor's office.
Yeah.
I literally get there. There's a guy in front of me. No one fucking around. Stops. So I'm like, okay, buddy, we can go.
Mhm.
We can go. Nobody goes. Then a person comes, goes all the way around. He still stopped. I waited for three total people to wrap around.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, fucking go. And then I sit there and I'm like, why is it that like you just said, I mean, you just literally said it. Why are we at the point where you don't know? It literally has a giant sign that says
mhm.
yield. Doesn't say
Yeah,
fucking stop. It
yeah.
says yield.
If you pull into the Great Lakes Crossing Mall, it says incoming traffic does not stop. People
Yep.
stop at it. People blow the stop sign. People just
Yep.
like it's just oh my God, it's just people driving is literally horrible. It's like they're just never aware of their surroundings. And I've ran into this situation a lot since moving into the more dense city areas of Michigan, of
Hmm.
just like people not knowing how to do something. And a lot of times what it is it's you can either go straight in the left lane, you can go straight and or you can turn right,
Hmm.
or you can use the right lane and you cannot go straight. You can only go right.
Only go right. Yep.
But then people will be in the right lane and they will try to
Hmm.
go straight through that. And then
Yeah.
you almost hit them and then they look at you like you're stupid. Nothing in the world is more validating to my life then when a situation like that happens and I know I'm in the right and I just
Hmm.
leave and I know they're angry at me and I know that
Hmm.
they're mad and I know
Hmm.
that one day they're going to pull up and they're going to accidentally see that sign and they're going to be like, shit, remember that one day I was mad at that guy in the Chevrolet Equinox, champagne
Hmm.
colored,
Hmm.
just, you know,
Hmm. Or like
just,
where you used to live, a lot of Michigan lefts. And like you
yeah.
can turn left on red
Mhm.
in those situations because it's a
Oh,
one
yeah,
way.
it's a
And they
one way.
never do
They
it. They
never
just
do it.
sit there and they
Yeah.
stop. It's like fucking go.
Yeah.
It
No,
drives me
I'm telling you,
nuts.
we need something. We a call to action to the governor, call to action to
I agree.
anybody. Like
I agree.
we need people to go back. I mean, I don't want to see old people not drive. Like I don't want to see them not be able to get to their doctor's appointments and stuff. Like maybe we need to figure out public transportation for the people who can't. So and do that. Speaking of public transportation, I'm gonna go off on a little other tangent. Not really a tangent. It's just something I noticed. My wife and I have been watching a movie. It's called Stranger Than Fiction. It's got Will Ferrell in it. It's about he's can hear a lady narrating his voice or narrating his life. It's all about this blah 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 blah. But anyways, he lives in New York and he uses public transportation every day. And I just could not imagine that life. I really couldn't. I couldn't
Well,
imagine
you
like
got
not
20
being able
million
to.
people shoved into a city.
No, I get it. Like, listen, I understand it completely. They use the subways, they use the buses, they use the public transportation system. I just could not imagine living that life. It's just such a different life. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, it's a completely different world, you
Like,
know? I mean, everything they either walk to or they take a subway
mhm,
or they take a taxi. You know, it's like the
yeah,
whole world. You know,
yeah,
it's just the way that's just the way there's too many people. There's just too much
yeah.
congestion, you know? It's too much congestion in there.
I get it. I get it. It's just weird to me. It's like one of those things that's like I just don't understand it. But at the same time, like it could also be like one of the most stress relieving things. Think about how much money you would save if you just used like a public transportation.
Well, the good news is you'll spend $4,000 a month on a one bed studio there. So, I mean,
I guess
are
it
you
really,
saving money?
I guess it really comes back to bite you in the ass at some point. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's just like if you rode a bus if you knew the bus was going to be there at 8:15 every day, it was going to pull off at 8:17. Like you just knew what was going to happen every single day. Like I feel like it would be a kind of a simple life, but at the same time, I don't think I could.
I mean, in that same regard, it's also very simple for you to be able to leave your house whenever the fuck you want. I
Yeah.
want food right now. I don't want to
Hmm.
wait until 8:15. I
Hmm.
want to leave at 7:50 and I can
Yep.
just get in my car and leave and I can probably get there before the bus would even come pick me up.
No, I mean, listen,
So there's
Austin,
that too.
I see everything that you're saying. I read everything. I read it loud and clear. It's just, just a very different way of life. I kind of wish that like I could experience it once, but at the same time, I wish I'd never experienced.
Yeah, I've driven enough through New York to never go back and be
Yep.
fine. Be
Yep.
perfectly fine with it. I
Yeah.
saw the Statue of Liberty, very cool. Other than that, they don't got shit. They got nothing going on. Good pizza.
Good pizza was up there for both of us.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah.
very
Well,
good
you
pizza.
want to roll it into the TB3?
We certainly can. I'm
All
ready
right.
to dance.
TB3 this week we are going to go with soda, pop, sody pop, soft drink, whatever you want to call it. Here in Michigan, we are pop people. I do not appreciate the people in Texas that call it just Coke. Hey, get me a Dr. Pepper Coke. Don't like
Yeah,
that.
get fucked. Yeah, don't
Don't
don't say
like that.
don't,
That's the
don't,
one
don't.
that's the one that gets to
No.
me. You can say anything to me. Soda pop, soft drink, whatever you want to say. You could just call it by its brand name. You could do whatever, but I just don't like that. I don't understand where that started. Like,
It's people that need help.
hmm hey, give me a Coors Light Coke. What?
The same people who say that are the same people who have Peter Pan
They
peanut butter.
probably do. They really
The
probably
same
do.
people.
Those are the
The
kind
same
of people,
people.
like, those are the kind of
A
people.
lot of people. A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Great
All right.
people. Wonderful people.
I
The
think
best
this
people.
I think this week we shake it up a bit. You know,
Okay.
put it in a cup, we shake it, we
Okay.
throw out Yahtzee, we go top first, then we go bottom.
Fine with me.
All right. I'm gonna go my number one first.
Okay.
Might
Starting right off.
might throw you for a loop.
Okay.
Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Odd number one. I would disagree.
I mean, you can disagree. I'm a cola person,
Okay.
but
That's fine.
cherry Dr. Pepper is it's a superior pop to me. They did have the
Okay.
cream soda for a while. That was pretty good, but nothing's better than a ice cold cherry Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Well, my number one would be what your number one should have been. And that is Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Baja Blast is good. Baja Blast is good.
Yes, Mountain
But
Dew Baja Blast. Out of a can too.
I'll never forget pre-COVID. That was right when COVID was coming out, and they were like, "Hey, we're
Yep.
stopping all production of Baja Blast." You and I went
Yep.
to Meyer. I literally had a breakdown. I was like, "Oh my
Yep.
God, they're out of it, Austin. I'm not going to be able to get my my fix, I have to only go to Taco Bell to get it. And we rounded the
Hmm.
corner and they had like 8 cases of bottles. And you're
Yep.
like, hey, will it, like you can get a case. And I was like, I'm not getting a case. I'm getting all 8 of those cases. And you're like,
Yes.
are you
Every one
really?
of them.
And I
Yep.
bought every single one of them. Then they had the Liberty Dew right after that, though. That was pretty good. Was
Hmm.
it Liberty Dew or Do It USA? I can't remember
They've
which one
had
was better.
both, but Liberty Dew is the good one.
Okay. Okay. So my number two is what your number one was,
Okay.
Baja Blast.
Yep.
Now, in addition to the Baja Blast, right now they have the Dirty Baja at Taco Bell with the little cream in it. I like it.
Never had it. Couldn't tell you. I don't know
Pretty
what's
good.
going on with this whole dirty soda. I've never heard of it before in my entire life until we went to dinner with Logan and Jules ordered one like months ago. I've
Really?
never heard of a dirty soda a day
Oh,
in my life. I still
I
don't quite understand what the fuck it is, to be honest with you.
it's cream and soda. I mean, it's good. It's really good.
Okay, I'll
Try it.
try it.
Yeah,
I'll
try it.
try it, and I'll try and let you know next week. I'll let you know on the next
All right.
pod how I feel about it.
All right. I
Um,
bet. Can I try to guess your number two?
you can.
All right. I'm gonna guess that it is a not a dark pop.
It is not.
I'm gonna guess that it is a citrus pop.
I suppose you could make the argument that it's citrus. It's not what you think it is.
Ooh, I'm one and two then because I thought it was gonna be Sprite, but now I'm thinking it might be like an or an orange pop.
It would be Orange Crush, not
Wow.
Fago, not Fago. Crush,
Crush is good.
Crush.
Crush is
I
good.
also like a grape crush. I was going back and forth a lot on the grape or the orange, but we're gonna go with
Yeah,
Orange
out of a
Crush.
glass bottle. Pop just tasted better out of glass. It
I
really
really
did.
wanted to put High C there, but I don't think High C is considered a pop.
No, that's more of a juice. That's a
Yeah,
really sugary juice, though. That's a juice
yeah,
concentrate.
sure,
No.
sure. But yeah,
Okay.
Orange Crush. You were right on the money.
Okay. Yeah, I sometimes I know you better than you know yourself.
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna go with number three. I've talked about it, I think, on the podcast. I honestly don't remember it was on the podcast or it was just a FaceTime between you and I, but that will be Diet Dr. Pepper. That's my number three. I
Two
don't know.
Dr. Peppers. Two
I
Dr. Peppers in the
I'm
top
a
three.
big Dr. Pepper person. I really am. I always have been. It's weird that Pepsi's not up there because I grew up in a Pepsi family and I like Pepsi. I'm a big cola person, but oh, my parents drink a lot of Mountain Dew. I'm not a big Mountain Dew person.
I
Uh,
love Mountain Dew.
but yeah, Diet Dr. Pepper for some reason. And
Fair enough.
people are like, why diet? I don't know. I
What
could
about
not
the
give you the answer.
aspartame?
You have to drink like your body weight and aspartame every day for it to even
They can eat
affect
my
you.
dick. They can eat my
But for
dick, to be
some
quite
reason,
frank.
Diet Dr. Pepper tastes better to me. It always has.
Well, people love Diet Coke. Diet
Actually,
Coke
I
is
shouldn't
probably
say
bigger
always.
than normal Coke.
So I used to only drink Dr. Pepper. You remember me drinking Dr.
Hmm.
Pepper. You tried to order me a fridge. I got a Coke fridge. It was whatever.
Yep. I do
Um,
remember it.
but anyways, like I was a big Dr. Pepper person. But one day I went somewhere, something happened. They were like, we don't have Dr. Pepper, but we have Diet Dr. Pepper. I remember it was a friend's house, if it was a restaurant, whatever. And I drank it and I was like, why is this so good?
Yeah,
And I've been hooked. I'm
I'm
hooked.
not a big cola guy, but I
I could
know a
do
lot of
I
people
could do
love
it
it.
like lines. I could do lines of Diet Dr.
Yeah. Well, my number three is what you thought my number two would be, and that
Sprite.
is Sprite. Yes, I
Mm.
got one right here. I was just drinking it.
I got a Diet
Um,
Dr. Pepper.
it's extremely good. It's extremely good. It goes with everything. It's light. It was my number one drink at McDonald's for a long time. As we know, McDonald's has the best fountain pop, better than any other fast food joint,
Yeah, it
better than
really
any other
does.
restaurant.
It really
McDonald's has
does.
the best fast food, or best
Yeah, but
soft drinks.
there's a whole thing behind that. Apparently they get their pop in like steel drums instead of in plastic bags.
Whenever they do, keep it
Apparently they
up.
have a better mixture. I don't, it's good. It's definitely good.
Yeah,
Um, this Diet
very
Dr.
good.
Pepper though has a dinosaur on it. It says a
How to
Titar
Train a Dragon.
Titaranosaurus.
Xavier would know.
Titanosaurus. Says it's a
No
number
fucking
two. Its
idea.
mission is land, sea, and air. Don't know what that means. That means there's a new Jurassic Park coming out, which is a series that they've extended a little too much. But we are on our TB3. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to go to my
Okay.
bottom. Number three is pineapple Fanta. Don't like it.
Pineapple Fanta. Yeah, you
Don't
could
like
go
it.
ahead and put that on any of mine. I don't fucking, ugh.
I don't like
Pineapple
it.
Fanta sounds disgusting as
I like
shit.
pineapple things, but pineapple Fanta is not good. It
My
sits in
number,
your mouth like, oh, ugh.
I have the list wrote out. I just didn't have an order.
Hmm.
I would go, I would go Fago Rock and Rye as my number
That's
three. We've
crazy
been
as a
over it. I
Michigander.
just
I
don't
mean,
like
it
it.
really
I
is.
don't like it.
I like Rock and Rye.
It's
I
got like
do.
a pop to it.
It does.
It's
Yeah.
almost like those, what are those things you put in your mouth
The
and they
Pop
pop it
Rocks,
around?
I
Yeah,
like
it's like
those
that.
too.
That's what it
I
is.
I got some icebreakers for a while. They were called like seltzer or something like that. They popped in your mouth like those.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a rock and rye guy. Not a rock and rye guy.
You're going to be a little shocked because I'm putting
Okay.
another one on my list. Blackberry Dr. Pepper. Did not like it.
Kid's a big Dr. Pepper list, clearly.
Well, every time a Dr. Pepper comes out, I try it.
I've heard a lot of good things about the blackberry.
I just don't like it. A lot of people do. A lot of people do.
Yeah, I've
The
heard a lot of
strawberries
good
and
things
cream
about it.
came out too, and it's definitely low for me. It's not in the bottom three though.
Okay. Okay. My number two would be Coke,
That's
Coca-Cola.
that's a crazy one to put on the
I
bottom list.
literally can't drink it.
You
I don't
live
like
with
Brooke is
somebody who
obsessed
drinks,
with it.
I mean, just
Yeah,
drinks it like,
it's
I mean,
water.
it's, yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't,
she's obsessed with it, and I can't.
yeah.
There's like a lot of times, like at night, when I'm like, "Hey, give me a sip of that,"
Mhm.
because my throat's parched, and I'm like, I'll walk up and go get something else. Like I try to
Yeah.
drink it, and it literally burns my fucking throat. And then you watch the videos of people like boiling it and how
Hmm.
it's like used to clean mold and clean all this
Hmm.
shit, and they're like,
Hmm.
this can't be. If it's doing that to that, it shouldn't be in my fucking system. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I mean,
I
you know,
respect the storyline of Coca-Cola. I
hmm
respect the how it was started. I love
yeah,
all that,
I mean,
but same with Mountain Dew.
I just want to, they keep trying the different flavors of that. Why don't they just put the Coke back in it? That's my question. But
It would get people going.
really,
Get
the
the
only
people
time I
going.
ever drink Coke, like I drink a Coke, is
Hmm.
Jack and Coke. Go to a bar, what do you want? Jack and Coke.
Hmm.
That's really the only time I
And
don't.
then after a few of those, you're pretty hammered anyway. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah, you're really not tasting it. But then that brings me to my bottom number one, the pop I dislike the most in life, and that would be Fresca, which you
well,
might be
one
like
more time for Big Fudge.
Fresca. For the people out there that don't know what Fresca is, it is a Coke branded, I believe it's Coke. Um, what they basically did is they said to Sprite, "Hey, go take a shit over there and then wipe your ass, and whatever the residue flavor of that is, we're gonna wring it out into a can, and we're gonna call that Fresca." Gross, gross.
Um, I don't even know how to respond to that. To be completely honest with you, this is the one that I was going back and forth with the most. Okay. Um, I didn't know if I wanted to put something down that was like a basic obvious or if I was going to go real specific. And considering
Hmm.
how you have gone real specific as far as like different flavors of the same brand,
It was really
I'm
hard
gonna
for me to build this list. Like, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it,
go
it
down
really
that
was.
route as well. And it would be the coconut cream Dr. Pepper.
A lot of people didn't like it. It had a
I
surprising good flavor to me.
it was almost too like artificial for me to like it. You
I
know what I
get
mean?
that.
Because I love coconut, I love almond
Hmm.
joys, I like coconut flavored things. That's why I was
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm not a huge Dr. Pepper guy,
I
but I
just
do
had a
like
coconut
coconut.
cream pie for the first time in my life not too
Yeah,
long ago.
incredible, incredible. I love
There,
coconut.
well, I guess it wasn't even a coconut cream pie. It was like a almond joy pie. It didn't
Yeah,
have almonds on it.
yep,
But
yep,
like
yep.
it was
That, but
good.
that,
It was good.
but that for Dr. Pepper to me was a giant miss. I think they had the opportunity there to do something special, and they really came flat. They
They're
kind of
about to it's about to
fucked
be
it up.
re-released. It was so popular, so
Yeah, I'm sure people love it. You know, people
mhm.
love a lot of things that I hate. Add
Yeah,
it to the
that's
list.
true. That's true.
Let's
But
hear the number one.
my number one,
Yeah.
I already said it. Fresco.
What was it? Oh, it was. That's right. You said Fresco. I'm sorry.
Why don't you get with the
You did say
times,
that.
Austin? Get
I'm
with the
sorry.
times.
I apologize. I apologize. You did. It was just a weird one for me, so my brain didn't fucking
Yeah.
compute
Yeah.
it. Fresco. I like the name.
Fresca. It does. It sounds like it would be good. It
It does.
sounds
Sounds like
like
something I'd like to order.
you're going to a nicer restaurant. And you're like, all
Yep.
right, don't go in there and
Yep.
order a Sprite.
You want a
Hey,
water lemon? No. Can I
can I
get a
get a
Fresca?
Fresca?
Yeah.
It does sound
Yeah.
like it would be good. I bet
Yep.
you if you put like a little gin in there or something like that, it'd make it a little better.
What is a
You,
Fresca again? Explain it to me.
it's like it's literally like a worse version of Sprite. It's
Okay.
like it's just not good. Next time you see one, just grab it. Just try it.
I will. I'll
I
try it.
mean,
I like the
even
name, so I hope I like it.
so if I see one at the gas station or something next time I'm going to see you, which will be tomorrow,
Hmm.
um, I'll grab it and I'll let you
Okay.
try it. Some people like it. Obviously, it's still out there, but I think
I'll definitely be stopping and getting my Speedway breakfast tomorrow. So
it's good. That's good. I'll probably be stopping at Speedway too. I've been eating a lot more.
yeah, but you have a good Speedway. You have a
Yeah,
good Speedway by
I
you.
got the cafe, and
Yeah.
maybe I'll leave a couple extra minutes early. I wonder what time that cafe opens. It's got to be early on a
Mm,
Saturday. People still work on
yeah, I
Saturdays.
would think like eight,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
six.
Went to Krispy Kreme the other day. A little overrated of a place, honestly. It's one of those places that used to be better.
I
But
agree with
man,
that.
I really attacked you one time because you said, "Hey, the blueberry cake donut is good," and I was like, "What is wrong with you? Like, you're a disgrace to fat people." That
Yes.
thing, that's a good donut.
The blueberry glaze, baby. It comes and it
I
bites
don't
you.
know why it's so
It's
good.
a thick little bitch. It's a thick little girl too. You know,
Hmm
she's thick. She's
Yeah,
got a
and
little attitude to her as
usually
well.
you're more of a crueler kind of guy, but that
Yes.
cake donut is good. That
Yes.
is a
I
good
agree.
cake donut.
I agree. To me, it's like it's literally like a blueberry muffin that they
Hmm
made into a donut. That's what it tastes like to me. And I can
Yeah,
fucking put
fruit
them back.
explosion muffin,
Very good.
very good, very good. We could
Very
do a
good.
whole TB3 on muffins.
Yeah.
I
Muffins, donuts. Have
I
we
like
done donuts
muffins.
yet?
Yeah, we did donuts. We did that
We did
early
because
on.
I said fritter. Fritter
Yeah,
was in my top. I remember
back
that
in the
now.
day, back in the day, back in the glory
Mhm,
days.
mhm. Well, we're going to get some comments from some people. They're going to suggest some TB3s. They're going to suggest some questions. Little
Hmm
Q&A action would be
hmm
awesome.
Yeah,
I love who said the peanut butter one again? Who was that?
it was Alex Zickafoos.
This is Mr. Zickafus. That's how you say that.
Hmm
I like the name, to be fair.
Yeah,
Good name, probably good peanut
yeah.
butter man to himself, honestly. He's asking that because deep down he knows which is better and he wants confirmation bias
He
to
did say
understand that
there's
he's right.
monsters on both sides of that one, and I'm kind of curious to
Is
see
he
where he's at.
anti-peanut butter? Is he anti-peanut butter? Is he one of
No,
those
he
type of
he he
people?
likes peanut butter. I know he likes
Okay.
peanut butter, but
Okay.
um, he really likes fat people though. Like the really large people, like the My 600
Sure.
Pound Lifers. Him and I
Sure.
both really enjoy that one show, the 1,000 Pound Sisters. I
Sure.
love those two. In our house, we call them the fatties. It's probably not very
They lost a
appropriate
lot
for
of
us
weight
too.
now,
They
though.
have lost a lot of weight.
Probably weighs less than I do.
Mm, I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I ever watched the newest episode. I know that I saw a TikTok clip, and she's like, "What kind of shirt are you in?" And she goes, "A, a large." And then the other one goes,
Yeah, the
"I can
sister's
wear a
like,
large
you
too."
ain't no
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
large. You
yeah,
remember me talking to you about the guy I work with who was on that
yeah.
fast?
Let me put a pin in this real quick though. Let's come
Slim
back to
Pins?
Alex Foos. Let's give him a little shout out. He started a nonprofit. It is called Bows and Joes. Um, it is about taking veterans out and archery hunting. It's creating a network between them. It's another battle against suicide. I don't know if anybody knows, but 22 veterans a day on
Super
average
cool.
kill themselves. Um, it's a very sad subject. Knowing a lot of people, unfortunately, who have passed from suicide, veterans dealing with PTSD. So it's a pretty good organization. So complete nonprofit. He's done everything. Website for them is bowsandjoes.org. So that's going to be BOWSAND JOES.org. Org is
Bows and
spelled.
Joes, huh?
Yeah. So give that a look. Uh, I
Super
believe that
cool.
they're going to be putting some merch out. I'll be purchasing some merch, so you'll probably see it here on the podcast at some point. But yeah, give that a look. Shout out to Alex Sickfoos. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for everything. Call to actions. Uh, let's get a couple shout outs out there. My in-laws asked for a shout out, so shout out to Rick and Roxanne. Roxanne. Uh,
You can go on
yeah. But
it.
go ahead and tell us about this guy on the fast.
So I told you last week he was like 21 or something days along. Well, as of today, he's now 30 days along. Okay. I told you he was quite large,
Mhm.
quite a large individual. So I went in there today, looked at him. I said, "Holy fuck, dude, you look good. Like you've lost some weight,
Is that
whatever."
verbatim?
Yeah.
I want to see the receipts.
I don't have any,
Okay.
but I might be able to pull the security footage. I don't know if there's cameras in that office or not. But anyways, I was like, "Dude, you look really good." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's going well."
Were
I was
you
like, "You're
hitting
not
on him?
struggling or anything?" No, I wasn't. I was just
Oh,
simply.
okay.
It's nice as someone who gets not very many compliments.
hmm
It's nice to give some sometimes.
hmm
He's on day 30 right now of this fast. Again, his
hmm
goal is 45 days. He has lost 65 pounds in
Jesus,
30 days, dude. 65 pounds. And
that's
I don't
crazy.
see him ever all the time because I don't go in
hmm
the office all the time. But I went in there and looked at him. I was like, dude,
How
it's
many pant sizes is
noticeable.
that? Two, three?
65 pounds is a lot,
That's a
dude.
lot
That's
of
a
weight.
lot of weight.
A
Yeah, to
lot of weight.
drop.
And just think about how better he feels like walking around. Like, have you
Probably
ever put on like a
incredible.
30-pound waist and you're or
Oh, yeah.
like 30 pounds
I've put 60 pounds on in the last year alone. So
well,
I
no, I'm
get what it
saying
feels
like
like
have you
to
ever put
gain
on
it.
like one of those vests and like worked out like a 30-pound
Oh,
vest
yeah.
and you're like, wow,
Yep.
like why is this workout so hard? But then you gain 30 pounds and it's like it's the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to feel good. I mean, he probably
See,
wakes
what
up in the morning, he's less sore, like,
it
yeah.
worries me is like knowing myself, I would balloon so bad after that. Like if
hmm
I lost 65,
hmm
I probably gained 80 within like
Yep.
the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Like
My problem
I
is
don't know what you
I'll
do.
drop 45 pounds and then I'm like, oh, I can have a cheat day. And then I have a cheat day. And then I have another cheat day. And then I have another cheat day.
Hmm.
And then next thing you know, it's a 6 month snack accident.
Sure, sure. Snacks in it.
It's an accident.
Let's go ahead, fucking trademark that little word, huh? Little not supposed to be here. Fucking trademark on that
Snack
bitch.
accident.
Snacks in it. Yep, little
Yeah.
snacks in it. It's an accident. It wasn't on
Yeah.
purpose. It was an
Yeah.
accident. I just
I was
happened to eat
eight.
a snack
I
here
ate
and there.
9 packs of Oreos.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that shit though. I
Yep.
can't fathom in my brain not eating for 30 straight days. He does like some beef broth or chicken broth every once in a while, and then
A little
water, and
bone
that's it.
broth. Yeah.
Yep, and that's it. That's all he does.
That's
Some
crazy.
lemon and some
That's a
salt.
good, I mean, that's a crazy thing to do. That's got a lot of willpower. That's got a lot of
Yeah,
like, that's, I mean, talk
energy,
about discipline.
anger. That's what I'm saying, dude. Holy
I
fuck. Because I'm
mean,
like, I get like you get it too. We're both bored eaters.
yeah.
Like when I'm
Yeah.
bored and there's nothing to do, like
Yeah.
that's when I eat the most, I feel
hmm
like. And like
hmm
if I'm not eating anything, I'm like you can't not constantly think about
hmm
the fact that
I've
you're
started
hungry.
chewing gum a lot more because of that. Like it just gives me the sensation.
I'm off on gum. I can't even tell you last time I had a slice of gum, to be honest with you.
A
Rare.
slice of gum.
Yeah, a
I don't know
slice
if
of
I
gum.
stick of gum.
You're probably right,
Okay. I mean, a
but I like
slice
the
of
word
pie,
slice. Yeah, give
a
me a
slice of
slice of that
cake.
gum. Give me a slice of
Maybe you're
gum.
just so fat, you just refer to everything as a slice. Give me a slice of pizza. Give me a slice of lasagna. Give me a slice of
Well, I'm
cake.
debating on what exactly I'm going to eat, when we're done here. I don't have a lot of sweets at the moment, but I'm going to go into something. Maybe a little Debbie.
I had a really good salad from Art and Jake's for dinner tonight. I'm not really that hungry, but I'm sure I'll pull out a nice little snack.
Had a nice salad for dinner. Okay. Okay.
I like a good salad. See, the
Okay.
issue is like I'm one of those
How
people.
filling was that? And how filling was that?
It was very filling. I mean, did I eat the breadstick that came on the side too? Yeah.
What was in the salad?
There was mandarin oranges, dried cranberries, the spring mix, chicken, onions, feta cheese, raspberry vinaigrette. I thought it was pretty good. It's
Sounds like
usually
shit.
it's not a salad that I would normally order. My wife got it for me. Usually I'm an Italian salad and a pasta salad kind of guy. I've already said it on here
Caesar.
before. I'm not a big ranch person, so I don't usually go for very ranchy salads, but like Italian
Caesar
style salads.
salad.
Do you like Caesar salad?
Chicken Caesar wrap.
I love a chicken Caesar wrap.
They better have hot dogs at the turn tomorrow.
They better have hot dogs at the turn tomorrow. I was just talking to my
I,
wife about that today. Too early in the season. What month were we there when they said that? Was it
May.
April, May? It was May?
It was May.
I thought it was June for some reason, but
No, it was May. It was May.
I
Plenty of
mean,
time to have fucking hot dogs
it's
out.
never too early. And I feel like that was one of those years that we were playing in like February.
Well, it's also a fucking hot dog. Like, what are we talking
Yeah, you
about,
just put
dude?
it on the roller.
Jesus Christ, fucking throw it in the microwave. Give it to me cold for all I give a shit. Don't look at me
Mhm.
and tell me it's too early in the season
Yeah,
for hot dogs.
yeah. But
That was that the
for
last time we ever went there?
yeah, I think so. No, no, we went there a couple of times because that was a you and I day. We've definitely been back there with other people.
That pissed
But
me off. Redemption Day tomorrow for them.
yeah, redemption day for them. I did get you a hot dog toaster for Christmas this year though.
I have it. It's right there.
Yeah.
I have it. It toasts
Um,
the buns and it cooks the hot dogs at the same time.
I want to get a like an in-house hot dog roller so bad. Like to just
I
like
like the
go out.
steamers. I like the steamers.
Yeah, I like those too, but
But the rollers are nice because you can get like those frozen packs of taquitos or
I
something and throw
I
some
just
of
found
those
out
on
like not
there.
too long ago, a lot of people think that boiling your hot dogs is weird, but that my mom did that a lot when I was
I
growing up.
grew up
Like,
with that. I grew up with that.
so it
Yeah.
wasn't ever weird to me.
I
But
prefer
nothing.
grilled,
I was
but
gonna say nothing beats a grilled hot dog, but
yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. The more you say it, like a roller thing would be pretty cool. Like you're having
yeah.
football Sunday, you throw some buffalo chicken taquitos on there,
hmm
some hot
hmm
dogs, some brats. You can throw what all sorts of shit on there.
Yeah, but like my main thing is like let's say you're gonna go do some yard work for the day. Like you're gonna go do a
Sure.
lot of yard work on a day.
Sure.
Or maybe you're just gonna hit balls into your golf net or something like that. And you're
Fair.
just like you toss a couple of dogs on the roller, you put a couple of buns in the top because the ones I've been looking at have a little steamer on the top for the
Yep.
buns. And you're just like toss those on, you go out there, you do some yard work, come in after 2 hours, you have a dog, you go back, oh, you do a couple more, you go come back and you got another dog. I mean, it's just I think it'd be nice. I'd have hot dogs on it 24/7. People come over, you want a hot dog. You go to a lot of people's houses and like, I got a pot of coffee on. I have dogs on the roller.
Yeah. 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 Hey, hon, you want a hot dog? No, you don't have to go through all the trouble to make it. Oh, it's no trouble. They're already ready.
Yeah, they're
They're
ready.
they're
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 ready.
spinning. They're spinning.
I got ballparks, I got Kogels. What do you want?
See, I'm real specific when I get like a taquito or a hot dog off
Hmm.
the roller. They have to be spinny.
Yes.
When the roller's spinning and they're
Hmm.
not moving,
Hmm.
that worries me. I never
It does
touch
me too.
those. I don't
I
ever
don't know
touch
why.
those.
It's like
I go,
mental.
it's got to be spin because it's always like one side's too hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need the whole purpose of the
Hmm.
roller is it equally heats it from
Hmm.
all the sides,
Hmm.
right? And if you're
Hmm.
locked in there and you're not moving, I don't touch it. Sometimes I do the tongs. You give the little squeeze test.
Yeah. You know what? You ever go there and you see the egg roll on there though?
Yeah, I don't like egg rolls, but I have
I
seen it.
I love egg rolls. And
I don't like egg
I
rolls.
always get that one. I always get the egg roll because I'm like, man, I like egg rolls. But then I'm always just I take one bite of it and I'm like, you know what I've had a real problem with lately though is
Egg
I
rolls
take a
scare
bite of
me.
something and I don't like it and then I continue to eat it. Like I'm just intaking calories that I
I'm
don't need
past that.
or something
Yeah,
I don't like.
I don't like eating things that I don't like. Like I've got those taquitos
I
so many
think it's
times where you bite into it and you're like, you throw it down.
I think it's that I grew up. I mean, we weren't poor, but we weren't like great. And I think it's like a scarcity thing. Like I'm like, "Ah, I already have the food, like I have to eat it."
You want my
Like,
honest opinion?
okay,
I think it's just a fat thing.
it could be just a fat thing.
I think
I'm
it's just a fat thing. You know,
okay.
we played offensive line for a long time. We were trained to
Hmm.
eat food,
Hmm.
and it sticks with
Hmm.
you. You know,
It does.
it's no different than how they say muscle memory.
Yeah.
You know, my
But it's like
body
we were
has
talking the
that.
other day. Like it's dopamine. Even bad food gives me
Yep.
dopamine. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. It's
everybody's got their
food.
thing. Some people it's drugs, some people it's pop, some people it's
I
this. For
mean,
me, it's
we're
food.
sitting over here like a couple fucking Mack trucks, okay? A couple Peterbilts. We need food. We need energy. You know, you got to fuel the beast a little bit. And in order to do that, there needs to be hot dogs at the fucking turn.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm
Yeah.
gonna flip a lid. You're gonna see Austin flip a fucking lid tomorrow if there's no hot dogs at this turn.
There
I'll
better
get
be a hot
hostile.
dog. I mean, I would be hostile too.
I'd
The
like there to
only
be some good
the only way
boys.
that they could redeem themselves without a hot dog at the turn is a chicken Caesar wrap in the fridge.
Here's what I'm telling you is if they have good boy drinks there, I will get tuned up tomorrow on the course.
You really are liking those good boy drinks.
I think they're incredible. I like the fact they have no carbonation, so it doesn't like make me burp and stuff. Because as we know, I
Hmm.
can't burp. I don't have the ability to. I can't make myself burp anyways, so it
I
gets all caught up in the
I can burp
chest.
a lot. You want me to pat you on the
Um,
back like I do my daughter?
no, it doesn't work. Trust me. I've even talked to my doctor about it. He thinks I'm crazy. He's like, "Well, you just gotta breathe in air and like burp." I'm like, "I can't. I don't know how to make myself burp. I don't
You've got a
have that
good doctor
ability."
though.
Yeah, I went to him on Tuesday. Okay,
He,
this guy walks in. Holy fuck! I mean, these things had to be $1,000 boots. He's got some cowboy boots on. They were fucking like python skin,
mhm.
fucking boots with shit. Oh, they're.
He paid that with all your medical issues. From what your insurance has paid that guy, he's probably bought 15,
I'm pretty
25
sure he drives a
pairs of boots.
Ferrari. I'm pretty sure he does. He like parks
You
it
know,
out back. He's got like a red Ferrari.
we've been talking about sports cars a lot at work lately, and it's like I just don't think I'd ever want a Ferrari. Like even if I had a lot of money, I just don't think that I would be like, give me a Ferrari.
There's
One,
cars I'd want over it, but I would like a Ferrari.
I mean, like if somebody walks up to me and like, hey, I got a cherry red Ferrari out back, you want it? Like, yeah, I'll take it.
It's
But at
got
the
to be
same
red
time, it's
though.
like I like the white ones, like in Miami Vice or like
Yeah, I don't like the yellow ones.
I don't like the yellow ones either. I do, however, like the yellow Camaros.
Yeah, I love a yellow black Camaro. That's Transformers. That's in our blood.
Yeah.
That's Megan Fox's fault. We can blame her.
Yeah, coming out looking all hot with the steam.
Yeah, yeah, that's her fault. That's her fault
Yeah.
completely. But
I don't know. Like
I could drive a Ferrari. You know, if I had to, I
I
could.
think part of it's because I'm big and I just know that it's just gonna be a cramped space in there.
Or probably you can't fit golf clubs.
I think they have a trunk in them.
Not big enough for a fuck. It's got a rear engine.
Well, who are you driving around with them? Well, I think it's got one of those like front, like a front trunk.
That's not fitting the fucking set of golf clubs. I guess you're right though. If you're not driving anybody, throw that bitch in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Keep moving. That's why the SSR is incredible though. You know,
Yeah. I was
truck,
just talking
sports
about those
car.
at work the other day too. People are like, "What's an SSR?" And I'm like, "Let me tell you what an
A lot of people
SSR
hate
is."
them. I love them. Yeah, I mean, I
I
love
mean,
them
I'm
from
a
my
real in between
grandfather,
on
from
them,
my
but I mean,
dad.
I'm a real El Camino person. I
Yeah,
love an El Camino.
yeah.
That's on my dream car list. Is I got El Camino, I got the old OJ Bronco. I don't want that new stuff. I want the white one.
Yep.
I one day in my life I will buy an old white Bronco, restore it, buy it, running whatever, and I'm gonna get a little cover for the back, and it's gonna say not OJ. It's what I've wanted to do my whole life. I don't know why, but it's what I've wanted.
He's dead now, isn't he?
He just recently died, like within the
Yeah,
past few years, maybe
yeah.
within the last year. Honestly, don't know.
I don't either. That was
Val Kilmer just died lately. That
I don't even know who that is. Oh yeah, Duval Kimmer. No shit, he did, didn't
Yeah,
he? You're right.
Tombstone, Batman, yeah, Iceman. He was something else.
April
Doc,
10th of 2024 a little over a year ago.
Oh,
OJ died.
RIP OJ didn't do it. The glove does not fit. You must have quit.
He was not convicted. He
No,
was not convicted. That's an accurate statement. I wrote a paper in college, an essay in
I wrote a
college about
paper in
OJ Simpson.
I wrote a paper in high school about it. Bill
I got
Sprudy
a
read that
D.
paper.
I got a
I think I
D.
got an A on that one.
I got a D, which I thought was horseshit.
Wrote a paper one time on hemp, and I'm pretty sure that the teachers were like, "Oh, this kid's a massive pothead." But I'm a true believer in hemp, um, or like the whole like marijuana industry. I'm a true believer in it. I'm not really a pothead. I don't smoke. I don't, I don't have anything to do with that. But I believe in like all the things around it. I believe in the CBD. I believe in the usages of it. I remember like when I was a kid, we could go to this one store and they had hemp pancakes. I used to eat those. But like 1 or 2 acres or something like that of hemp plants or whatever they use to the stalk. I don't know if it's from the actual marijuana plant. I have to do a little bit more research. Can produce as much paper as like 100 acres of
Yeah.
trees. It's like just the usages that you can get out of that. Like I just don't understand like why we don't push for something like that a little bit more.
I want
Like
you to know something.
my
Okay.
nose really itches right now.
I have decided as of yesterday, um, that I am going to start the search back up again.
Okay.
I've taken a few years off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back into it hard. I will
Mm-hmm.
be searching for the perfect bread pudding
Good. Good. You
once
know what's
again.
funny is I just had a bread pudding not too long ago and I was like, Austin would not approve of this.
I was watching Kitchen Nightmares with the old Gordon Ramsay,
Mm-hmm.
and he hated every dish that was there, but he loved the bread pudding, and it looked incredible, and it reminded me of it. And I said, you know, it's been a couple years since I started that search, and now I want it again. It's a damn shame that the place closed in
Yeah.
Lansing, because
Yeah, it really is.
I would do anything. It's just now it's to the point where I don't know if it's that I'll never be able to have it again, because it's like in my brain, I have an expectation that's just not reality. I think that's what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a part of me that's like, somehow, some way, I'm going to eat it again, and it's going to bring me
Mm-hmm.
back to that day. And when that
Mm-hmm.
happens, it's going to be euphoria. You know what I mean? So I need to start the search again. I'm going to start ordering. I'm going to start purchasing, and I'm going to start finding anywhere and everywhere that sells bread pudding. I'm going to be trying it out.
I've been big on tiramisu lately. I've been trying a lot of different
Tiramisu, that's a
tiramisus.
coffee situation, is it not?
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, you know me, I like my coffee dessert.
Yep. Yeah. Not a huge
Um,
coffee guy.
so a thought I had this morning, and just stick with me on this thought. Okay, I was driving through Troy, and I was just really thinking. So I work right next to what they call the Troy Motor Mall. There's like 15 or 16 dealerships right there. There's a Rolls-Royce dealership. There's a Lincoln dealership. There's a Chevy. Basically anything under the sun. And I started thinking to myself, I was like, what would have happened if the auto industry just never left the US? What if, I think about Michigan and our grandparents talk about it, our parents talk about it, and they're like, it was just such a booming place to live. Like people moved here, people wanted to be here. Detroit was boom. I mean, Detroit was like at one point like the best city to live in. I mean, we were a New York basically. We were just this Flint, you think about all these cities, you drive through them and you see the big, huge buildings and you look at all the things that are around. Like I was looking at Bell Tire today. Like that started in Allen Park, Michigan because of the auto industry being here in Michigan. All these auto
Hmm.
plants that are around, like we know thousands of people that have worked, maybe not directly in the auto industry, but as in like parts, like, they made parts, like a K-Max or a whatever, an Edshaw, whatever they might be. Like this state, this country was just built on those things at one point in time. What would have
Sure.
happened if they would have just never have left the manufacturing and all that, and they would have just kept in the U.S. Like imagine like what Michigan still would be.
It would be better.
I just I
There would
feel like
be
our
more money.
economy
There'd
would be
be
a
less
lot better.
homeless people. There'd be better cities. There would be,
Yeah,
yeah, better economy. It'd be better everything. Prices would be cheaper.
yeah,
Um, it'd be beneficial for everybody involved.
yeah,
Everybody involved.
yeah. I mean, I gave the same thought to pensions today too. Like, I was really thinking, I was thinking about like employee loyalship, and there's just really is none anymore today because the employees or the employers don't really give people a reason to be loyal anymore. We don't get a cost of living increase at a lot of jobs anymore. We don't get annual raises. We don't get in promotions. You don't see Bob, the guy who just came in and worked his ass off, get promotions. But the one thing you really don't see anymore is pensions. I understand like kind of why they went away. They're hard to manage. They're, this, that, and the other, companies move overseas, this and that. But if we could just get back to that, I feel like you would get the old generation back. The people who, I mean, how many people do you know that were like, I'm gonna work at this place at starting at 18, and when I'm 55, I'm gonna retire from it. I'm gonna get a pension from this place. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people did that back in the day, and it was just like it created loyalty. You know how many times they were probably just mad, they were working on the line or they were doing whatever they were doing, and they were just like, oh, like just another day of clocking in, and they didn't go out and search for another job because they were like, I need that pension. That's how I'm going to retire. It's just like I feel like companies should figure out ways to start incentivizing keeping people. Like, and I get it, it's expensive, but it's also expensive to constantly hiring new help, training them, do this, that, and the other. I don't really understand the full cost benefit of it. I haven't sat down and done a whole analyzation of it, but
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with what you're saying.
like, I, don't- you know, what's the incentive to stay at a company for 20 something years?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. It depends on what it is. Like, I
Yeah.
think if it's a family-owned smaller business, I think there's a lot of benefits to it. I think that if it's a
Yep.
larger company, there's pros and cons to staying in, there's pros and cons to leaving.
I mean,
But
but
you
that's
don't see
anywhere.
that anymore.
Like some people, they
Yeah.
work for the small businesses and they rise the ranks fast, or they get exposure to a lot more. Like I work for a smaller company as an accountant. I get to see a lot more accounting functions to where if I went and worked for a larger company, an accounting firm or something like that, I would just be a part of that mill. I'd just be another
Hmm.
data puncher, whatever. Here, I'm doing budgeting, I'm doing forecasting, I'm doing things that are well above what my normal pay is. And now I get to go show somebody like, hey, I have experience doing this. But that's
Hmm.
exactly what that is. It's like, you're growing this experience and such to get yourself a better opportunity. But like, I
I
think if
think
I
it
had a,
takes a lot longer in a giant company to matter.
yeah, it does.
Like if you're like on Amazon, like if
Hmm.
you're a driver for Amazon and you call off, like those
Hmm.
packages are still going to be delivered.
Yep.
Like there's
Hmm.
thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are doing that, right? Where if
Hmm.
you're like a really small company and you like call off that day, like you can really fuck shit up. Like they
Yep.
literally need you to do
Hmm.
things. Like when I traveled for work, like if I just said like, yeah, I'm not going on this trip now,
Yep.
like you
No,
just
I mean,
fucked. Like
yeah,
there's no, there's nothing
yeah.
to do.
When the business relies on direct people like that,
You know,
it's harder.
it's
But
harder
like,
when you get bigger, you know?
um, I mean, yeah, I know it's a crazy thing. One thing that employers tend to do too is like maybe an employee comes to them and they're like, "Hey, I'm quitting, and I'm quitting because this place is offering me better pay." I've noticed a lot of like no counter offers a lot lately too. Like not in my own life, but like people around me are like, "Yeah, they didn't even try to counter me. Like they didn't even try to keep me." And then they'll hire in the next person at like a pay range that that person that left. Like you could have kept somebody loyal to your company. I feel like it's a really weird world of employee-employer relationships now. And the other thing is like people don't get fired anymore. Like they're like afraid to fire people.
That's
Like,
because
hey,
there's no good work. There's
yeah,
no
I
good
mean,
fucking work out there. So they
yeah,
don't
but
want to.
it's yeah, but I think when you start firing those people, like, hey, I, you're just not doing it for us. Like if you put them on like a 3 month probation, whatever it is, I don't know. I mean, I'm not telling people how to run their businesses, but these are the things that I'm noticing.
Hmm. I agree. I agree.
These are just the thoughts that cross my head every day. And yeah, I mean, it's just
I agree. I agree with what you're
I've
saying,
used a
Mr.
lot of
Rowe.
filler words tonight, but
Sure. We're filling the page on the essay. That's for sure.
yeah,
That's for sure.
sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to add an extra period in there.
Semicolon, comma, exclamation point,
Yeah,
exclamation point.
yeah. Sometimes you got to change the word from would have to would have.
Hmm.
That's what we're doing here tonight. Formal English.
That's not a, that won't be a common thread.
No, no. A lot of swear words out of us, honestly. I'm trying to get better.
I'm not. Couldn't give less a fuck. I don't submit to that world, to be quite frank with you.
I mean,
Got in trouble my entire life for it, and I don't
you're
give a shit.
basically a word terrorist. I mean,
Yeah, I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. You know, it aggravates me even more when people want to say like, don't say fuck, say frick. Like, so my intent of
yeah.
saying it is the exact same. I have the
No,
exact same intent of doing it,
listen,
but
I
just
get it.
because I say Frick instead of Fuck, that matters. Like, fuck you. No.
I mean,
Like
I've
Gary
never
V.
understood.
Gary V says it the best. He's like, when I say I fucking love this, instead of, man, I really love this. How I feel in my heart and my soul and my body is I
Mhm.
fucking
Yeah,
love
you're
this.
putting the
So that's
passion
how
in
I'm
it.
going to say it.
But I agree with that. I really do agree with that. But the thing that I just don't understand is like what made something a swear word? Like why did
Love
somebody
to
one
know.
day say,
I'd
"Hey,
love to know.
that's a bad word. You can't say
Yeah,
it." Like
I would
who
love to know
decided
that.
that? Who
I would love
decided
to
that
know
to
that.
you?
Yeah, I would love to talk to that person because
Yeah.
it drives me through a wall. I'm a big just express
Mhm.
yourself,
Yeah.
you know? Like I don't give a fuck how you say it or what you say, whatever. Like you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I
That's
would
like
say
one
like, treat somebody how you want to be treated. Like I don't give a flying fuck
That's like one
if
of
you
the
want to
few
say
things
whatever
in the
you
world
want.
that I would like to be on a fly on the wall when that was decided.
I
Like,
agree.
like who just sat in a room and was like, "Yeah, we're just going to determine these to be bad." The top thing, the top three things I'd want to be a fly on the wall for what happened in the exact moment is Jimmy Hoffa dying. Really, just want to know where Hoffa is. Could
Okay.
be here in Michigan somewhere. Could be in the Detroit River. We really don't know. Two, the pyramids being built.
Okay.
Three, I did swear words get bad. Honorable mention, the heads on Easter Island.
Pull that one right out of your ass.
Yeah, well, I could probably interchange that with the pyramids.
Here's the deal. I lost my bet that I just had going. And that's very disappointing.
Big gambler these days, huh?
Well, we had over 11 and a half total runs for the Tigers Royals game, and they're going to end at 11, and that's a goddamn shame.
That's crazy. I bet $50 on OKC to win the other night, 180 off of that. I went real back and forth, paced the house like 15 times. I was going to put 500 on it,
Lost a
and I
lot of
didn't do
money
it.
on those people. That
OKC?
fucking, yeah, because I wanted Minnesota to win.
Oh, well, shouldn't have done that.
Uh,
OKC's on a run right now.
yeah, good for them. Congratulations. They have a fucking free throw merchant flop artist who flops worse than any person in the entire NBA who somehow wins MVP at the same time.
This is a conversation that I'd love for Mr. Dewey to be a part of. Big
Yeah, I'd love
OKC
it
fan.
too. I'd
He
love
just,
to know what his opinion is on that little fucking flopping pussy. That's for sure.
yeah.
Love to know. You go like this, you breathe on him, and they call him a free throw merchant for a reason because he just sits there and picks off free throws all day long. Whatever. It's my 2 cents. I'm only mad because I lost money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think we're at the time. I think
Okay.
we're at the thing. I feel like we filled this one a lot, but I feel like a lot of important got out there. Uh, RIP Uncle Phil. Um, we, I mean, let's do a quick recap. What did we talk about tonight? We talked about Papa Phil. We talked
Hmm.
about TB3
Roundabouts,
roundabouts. We went on a couple
blind people at the
tangents.
zoo,
How we don't like people. I really just don't like people.
different levels of blindness,
Talking about peanut butter. Different levels of
peanut butter,
blindness was definitely up there.
peanut
Um,
butter. Well, that's just a good little track record. We'll keep it going. We're here every single week. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Um, Keep sending in those comments, ask a couple questions, TV3 suggestions, whatever. Like, comment, share so we can get 200 subscribers so we can watch Mr. Willett go through hell.
yeah, I'm gonna eat that
Everybody wants
chip.
to see it.
I'm gonna eat that chip. Hey, make sure that you check out our TikTok. Make sure you check out our YouTube shorts. Pretty soon there's gonna be some other things coming. We got a Facebook page out there now. Keep watching for things to keep popping through. We're really getting this podcast going. Um, some secretive stuff kind of going on out there. Um, Not really that secret, but secret enough. I don't want to tell you because
Wind it up.
you know we're here. We're here to stay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Peace out.
I still haven't figured out a sign off, so this week we're gonna go another language, but we'll just say goodbye, everybody.